the Triton Showers National Rally Championship.
We're here in Carlow for round 3 of the Triton Showers National Rally Championship, and the excitement has been building here all weekend long, as this is the most competitive entry of the Triton series to date.
Yes, as ever, an impressive array of machinery has descended on Carlow Town for the Seven Oaks Hotel Carlow Stages Rally. And with the event also hosting the hugely popular Mark II Challenge, along with the Sureway Group Southeast Stages Championship, competition will be fierce on the stages around Carlow Town.
Another. The competition is crazy, and it's fantastic to see this calibre of an entry coming from all corners of the country. It's the cream of Irish rallying. Roy, you're at the top of the leaderboard. It must be lovely to see your name up there.
It is. It's great to be up there, but nobody hands out medals after 2 rounds. There's lots of people here that can win the rally. You know, we hope we'd like to be able to shout. We'll have to see how it goes. I think the rain is going to stay off. It's going to be a nice dry day, which will make the speeds competitive.
Pat, just 1 point separates yourself and Roy White at the top of the championship leaderboard. Points are so important.
Yeah, Roy has managed to score well in all the last few stages to get himself these bonus points, which has made a big difference. So on the pace, I think we've a bit to do, so see how we go today.
A number of drivers would be making their World Rally Car debut in Carlow, and after only a few test miles in Enda McCormick's Subaru Impreza, Tommy Doyle was already impressed.
Obviously everybody says how quick they are, but just from what I'm normally used to driving, just the braking and the handling of it is just incredible.
Manus, you're debuting a WRC here today. Talk us through the car.
Well, I only got a test on it yesterday evening there, done about 12 miles on it yesterday evening. It's a super car with a big learning curve now, but looking forward to the task and see how we get on.
Declan, when you look up and down, not even the top 10, the calibre of the entry is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, definitely. I think it's 10 or 12 WRCs there. Good buzz about the place, and the more competition, the better.
Sadly, Boyle never made it to the first stage due to a sensor problem in the transmission system of his Ford Fiesta. A compact route featuring 3 loops of 3 stages awaited the competitors just south of Carlow. The weather was generally fine except for some persistent fog around stage 3, which gives the organisers some concern. After their great victory last year, Wesley Patterson and Johnny Bird were seated first on the road in their Mark II Escort. The Ulstermen would have their work cut out to match that result this year amid all the World Rally cars. And the pair were doing well to lead the Mark II Challengers and hold 9th overall after stage 2. It was a frantic start for Roy White and James O'Brien, who lost their intercom on the opening stage. Coupled with a poor tyre choice, it was a difficult loop for the pair, and they probably weren't too disappointed to see the 3rd stage cancelled due to fog. With visibility very poor in places, it was a prudent decision by the organisers, for whom safety is paramount. Former champion Pater Herson found the stages very slippy in parts and was delighted to finish the shortened loop second overall in his Subaru S10 WRC. The second stage in particular was proving tricky among the drivers, and multiple champion Niall Maguire struggled through the loop to hold 8th place in his S12B.
60, 6 left. 6 left now. In the 5 right, don't cut. 40, 1 left, 60 down. 2 left, 60.
With new navigator Andy Hayes on board, Dara O'Riordan was doing very well to hold 3rd overall in his Ford Fiesta. An early scare knocked Melvin Evans' confidence, and the Welshman held 6th after a cautious 2 stages from the 2010 champion. Fellow Welshman Steve Wood hadn't found his rhythm yet and lay outside the top 10 in his similar machine. Faring better in the changeable conditions was Kevin Barrett, who held 7th overall in his Subaru S14 WRC.
500. Bad bump and 150. Turn square right.
Not the best conditions for learning new machinery. Tommy Doyle was doing well to hold 5th overall in his first drive in a WRC. Despite stalling at the start line of stage 1, Manus Kelly's debut drive in a WRC couldn't be going much better. The Donegal man held the overall lead, albeit by just a fraction of a second.
Manus, you are on your debut and top of the leaderboard.
Yes, well, I'm a bit surprised by that, to be honest. I suppose just we got off to a good enough start and settled in nicely, you know. Although we stalled at the start of the 4th stage, but I'm very happy. Like, you know, the car's great.
The fabulous sounding 2.5 litre Millington engine of Simon Chapman's Proton Satria was hair-raising as the Englishman sped into an early Class 20 lead. Having led the Group N category through the first stage, Shane Maguire retired his Mitsubishi Evo 9 with transmission failure. Taking over the class lead in his Evo 10 was reigning Group N champion Aidan Ray.
Flat 1 left pass, shade 100. 2 left, big push into 1 right. And the 1 left over crest 200 and right out the chicane. 2, 1.
After taking his first Group N win at the last round in Kerry, current points leader Paul Barrett needed to put the boot down if he was to catch Ray's Mitsubishi. Welsh crew Sebastian Ling and Aled Rees were leading Class 5 in another Mitsubishi Evo 10. Second in class were father and son crew Joe and John Connolly in the Fiesta R5. Stephen McCann led Class 15 and was 14th overall in his beautifully turned out Subaru Impreza.
Go, flat 1 right, flat 2 left in over crest, into crest, only factory 4 right, come back, in on it, off camber, 100, 3 right, don't cut, into fast 4 left, it's fast, and flat 2 left, 100, 3 left at the wall, we care, and all go, flat 2 left, go 100, flat 2 right, in over crest.
If, like some fans, you get tired of the 4-wheel drive machinery, fear not. Here come the Mark IIs. With 2005 Mark II Challenge winner Kevin Kelleher looking on, it was Vivian Hamill who had class leader Wesley Patterson in his sights. Just 1/10 of a second separated the two after 2 stages. A further 2 seconds adrift in third was Cavan's Jonathan Pringle. Fourth in the Mark II Challenge was local man David Condell, who was pushing hard for a home victory.
And one right through, bump through crossroads, 80. Two right, 80 again. Two right.
Aiming to put it up to the Mark IIs in their stunning BMW were husband and wife crew Sean and Katrina Liston. It was a troublesome start though, as they finished the opening loop holding 5th in class.
Yeah, it's nice to be out in the Beamer today now and trying to put up to some of them. We had a bad time on stage 2. The slider fell off the window and got caught under my feet the whole way through the stage, so it was dodgy. I was waiting for it to get stuck or something, but I had to keep kicking it back, but we'll keep going anyway.
So after a shortened opening loop, that's how the leaderboard looks, but as the weather heats up, the competition is sure to follow.
Manus Kelly holds at 0.1 second lead here at the Carlow Stages Rally, but can he hang on to it? We'll find out after the break.
The Triton Showers National Rally Championship. Welcome back to the Seven Oaks Hotel Carlow Stages Rally. After a dull and foggy start to the day, the sun came out to play, forcing crews to savour every breath of fresh air that they could get before clambering back into the hot seat once more for the next loop of stages. Manus Kelly had opened up a slender lead on his debut drive in a WRC, and over the second loop he continued to acclimatise to the Melvin Evans hired Subaru, setting 2 fastest times to stretch his lead to 9 seconds. After adjusting the suspension settings in his Ford Fiesta and fitting a new intercom system, Roy White climbed up to second place, equaling Kelly's time on stage 6. Remaining cool, calm and collected despite losing his second place to White, Pater Herson felt his tyre choice had let him down on the repeat loop. Despite overshooting twice on stage 6, Tommy Doyle actually gained a place on the second run through the stages and was now 4th, just 1 second off Herson. Dara O'Riordan seemed to relax a little too much on the sunny afternoon, and the Corkman slipped from 3rd to 5th as the crews headed into the final service halt at the Carlow Institute of Technology.
Roy, you're checking out the tyres there. What can you tell us?
We thought the tyres maybe were a bit hard for the first run over the loop, but we stuck with them for the second run and we set some good times there now, so it looked like tyres paid off inside in there.
Niall, you're having a well-deserved break, tea and a sandwich?
I need it.
How are things going?
A lot better in the second loop there. Johnny done a few adjustments to the car and she seems to be handling a lot better now and a lot steadier. In the first run we're all over the place, but it's grand now at the moment.
Joe, talk me through how you were getting on.
We're getting on fine, thank God, yeah.
Good.
We put in a good time on the last stage there, so we're happy enough with that.
So everything and everyone was in place for the final loop of stages. But before we find out who took the overall honours at the Carlow Stages Rally, we turn to the various classes now. In the junior class, Shane Norris maintained his second place on the points table, with 4th in class in Carlow with navigator Brian Brady. Donegal's Michael Boyle and Dermot McCafferty extended their points lead with 3rd place. Sean McGrath put himself back in the frame with the runner-up spot with navigator Donna Crowley. Taking the win in the junior class were Colin Roach and Ger Foley in the Toyota Starlet. In the historic class, Scotsman Robert Adamson took the win with Richard Wardle navigating in their immaculate Mark II Escort. Joe Moffat maintained his Class 1 points lead with 3rd place in Carlow. Brian Lavelle took the runner-up spot in his Honda Civic EK4. Taking a convincing win in Class 1 were Rory McCaffrey and Seamus McTighe in their Honda Civic. Jenna McCann took her first Class 2 win in Carlow, with navigator John McCabe calling the notes in the Ford Fiesta. This crew is surely one to watch for the future.
And slow 3 left, tightens to a 5 left, slow 3 left, tightens to a 5. That's it, go. 60, short 4 right, into 1 left, 40, and 2 right over crest, for a tight 3 left, 130, watch the window, that's it, go. 1 right over crest.
Another shining light for women drivers is Tanya Fortune, who took 3rd in Class 3 to extend her lead at the top of the class points table. Winning Class 3 on the day were Kevin Dolphin and Martin O'Brien in the rapid Renault Clio.
And 5 right at the yellow sign, you'll see it down here. Only 30, turn square right. Only 30, turn square right. Go out of this now. 120 and 4 left, good line. 4 left up here now, good line, pushing it.
After Shane Maguire's retirement, 3rd in Group N was enough to move Paul Barrett and Declan Tumulty into the lead on the Class 4 points table. Neil and Ger Tohill moved up to 2nd on the leaderboard with the runner-up spot in Carlow.
Into 1 left and 40, 2 right over crest, tight 3 left, slippy 130. Come on. Tight 3 left, 130, 1 right over crest, 150.
But taking the Group N win on the day, finishing 16th overall, were defending champions Aidan Ray and Kieran McGrath.
No, it was good to get a 1, we got a good lead and it's good to get a finish. It's all over and done with now. We're heading for Cavan next, hopefully all being well.
In Class 5, Joe and John Connolly took the runner-up spot in their Fiesta R5. Welsh visitors Sebastian Ling and Aled Rees took the Class 5 win and finished 11th overall in their Mitsubishi Evo 10. 12th overall and 4th in Class 7 were Kevin Barrett and Sean Mullally. Welshman Steve Wood took 3rd in Class 7 and finished 8th overall with Irish navigator Keith Moriarty. Mel Evans and Mark Glennerster were glad to finish 6th overall and 2nd in class after some gear selection issues in their Subaru WRC. After some differential trouble in his S12B, Niall Maguire had to settle for 5th overall, but takes the Class 7 trophy back to Monaghan with navigator Enda Sherry. In Class 9, Galway's Ray Cunningham and Jared Gill pitted their Austin Mini Cooper against that of Lloyd Hutchinson and Willie Fitzpatrick, but came off 2nd best as the multiple class champions added another Class 9 victory to their impressive record. Brendan Furlong and Magella Wickham doubled their Class 10 points lead with another class win in Carlow. Taking their 2nd Class 11F win in a row were Cormac Phelan and Katya Isle in the Citroen C2 R2 Max. In Class 11R, Jason Tuhill and Ben Taggart took the runner-up spot in their Mark 1 Escort.
5 right, immediate turn square left, round field, gravel on exit. 80, 60, 4 left.
But taking their 2nd Class 11R win of the season were Seamus Connolly and Gary McCrudden in their Toyota Corolla. 3rd in Class 12 was enough to move Vincent Collins to the top of the class leaderboard, with Sharon Clark navigating in the Mark II Escort. Former champions Eamon McGuigan and Michael Moran got their first points of the season on the board with the runner-up spot in Carlow. Taking the Class 12 win was Meath's James Cassidy, with Lisa Rowe navigating in the Ford Escort. 5th in Class 13 was enough to move former champions Sean and Katrina Liston to the top of the class leaderboard, despite a few mishaps in their beautiful BMW. Monaghan crew David Moffat and Martin Conley took 3rd in Class 13 and finished 20th overall in their Toyota Starlet. Alistair Fingleton and Debbie Green took 2nd in Class 13 and finished 17th overall. Michael Conlon and Kieran McPhillips won Class 13 and finished 14th overall in their 2-litre Escort. In In Class 14, the 2.5 litre class, a determined drive by David Condell over the final loop saw the local man close to within a second of clinching the Mark II challenge on home soil. But he and navigator Eugene McGrath had to settle for second in class and 9th overall. A big push on the final stage restored Jonathan Pringle's lead to 8 seconds as he and navigator Alan Keena finished 7th overall and claimed the coveted Mark II Challenge trophy back at the Seven Oaks Hotel in Carlow.
Brilliant day, and it's such a special place here, like Carlow, the original Mark II Challenge, and to do it, and really that's what we came for. And we made it hard for ourselves in the end, but delighted with that.
In Class 15, Stephen McCann and Damien Fleming took the honours and finished 10th overall, but not before a final stage mishap took the sheen off their achievements. English crew Simon Chapman and Neil Coleman took second in Class 20 and finished 20th overall in their Proton Satria, which was smoking heavily towards the end of the day. Just missing out on a podium position, Dara O'Riordan finished 4th overall, but took the Class 20 win with Andy Hayes navigating in their Ford Fiesta. There was late drama on the final loop as Pater Herson and Damien Conley crashed their Subaru Impreza into a wall on the penultimate stage. Thankfully, the crew were okay, but the retirement was a big dent in their title ambitions. Not registered for championship points, it was a great debut drive in a World Rally car for Longford's Tommy Doyle, who took 3rd overall with navigator Liam Moynihan. Taking 2nd overall and maximum points for the Triton Series were Roy White and James O'Brien. The pair were fastest on the final stage to secure 3 bonus points and extend their lead on the championship leaderboard. But taking the overall win at the Carlow Stages Rally after a fantastic debut drive in a World Rally car was Donegal's Manus Kelly. Leading from the start to the finish with navigator Donald Barrett, it's a fantastic achievement that was duly recognised by friends and family back at the Seven Oaks Hotel in Carlow.
Manus, you're taking the win. Can you even believe it yourself?
I cannot believe it. I'm shocked. I'm as shocked as anybody. Donald did an unreal job in the notes, and thank God we're here. We're happy.
Donald, you must have been calling those notes at a serious pace.
A bit quicker than an Escort, in fairness, but it actually feels a lot better than an Escort because an Escort's a lot more jumpier and that. So, sure, it's all down to this man. Amazing to get into a car like that and do what he did. It's unbelievable, really.
So definitely one for the scrapbook for Manus and his family. But while the day belonged to Kelly, it's Roy White who was the big winner in championship terms as he now leads the series with navigator James O'Brien.
Roy, home in this position, it's a huge points haul for your championship.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I was looking forward to having a good race today, you know. The stages were brilliant. It was very competitive out there. The times are really quick, and fair play to Manus, you know. First day in a WRC to come out with a win. Fantastic for him.
So a magnanimous Roy White there paying tribute to a fantastic win by Manus Kelly. But a look at the Triton leaderboard shows it's White and O'Brien who hold a significant advantage as we near the halfway point of the season.
The big surprise here today is Donegal man Manus Kelly. He takes the win after a sensational drive on his debut behind the wheel of a WRC, and even he can't quite believe it. From all of us here at the Seven Oaks Hotel in Carlow, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time when we head to Cavan.